Good afternoon, full throttle faithful here at the FDS Awareness 2 at 25. As we are going to get ready to go racing here, qualifying, ending up at Homestead, Miami, as we are getting the qualifying grid out onto the track, and then it's turning into the race grid here as we are seeing some drivers pop in here. And Chris, this qualifying grid is all over the place. Once again, it seems like we are going to have a very, very competitive field out here tonight. And I'm thinking Homestead, Miami, it's going to bring out a good show here tonight. We'll wait for a couple more, a couple more cars to hop on board here, and we will get ready to go. Let me just turn down driver chat right quick. That is going to distract me here as we do have some race cars popping up. Chris, if you want to go ahead and hop on board with our pole sitter here tonight, it's going to be 72 Machine. It's going to be that Turtle Shell Motorsports Tyler Rush machine. He's going to set himself out on pole with an absolutely blazing lap, being the show of the field here tonight. We'll see if he's able to keep it in race pace as we are going to roll to our P2 sitter. It is going to be that Lady Liberty Motorsports 33 Joshua Gaiman, who's had very good success this season, 2 wins in this early season. We'll see if he can make it 3 here tonight, or if he's going to have to battle that car. We'll have to see what that 33 is going to have going for him here tonight. We do have Caitlin Height. She was last week's second place finisher. She is starting here tonight in that P3 position. Not gridded up yet. We will get to her once she grids up here in just a moment. We'll see that outside machine to her. It'll be that number 8. It'll be Up in Smoke, Kip Easley. He'll be starting off here tonight in that second row outside pole position. And there is Caitlin Height popping in that 11 machine as we'll go ahead and hop on board with her for just a second. But that is 3rd and 4th in your second row, Caitlin Height, Kip Easley. We'll hop back here to that Turn 2's Terribles. Jeremy Zarfos, he'll be starting in that P5 spot here tonight with teammate Kevin Click starting on that outside lane, P6. We'll see Matthew Fitz starting in a good spot here tonight, P7, and a nice looking race car there from Matthew Fitz with Jaden Bingaman on his outside starting P8. We'll see Justin Gibbs, the Turtle Shell Motorsports 39 Chevy starting P9 here tonight, and William Hobart rounding out your top 10. Colin McCarthy's going to start P11 here in the Nitro 24 machine with Ken Baum Jr. looking to rebound after a pretty rough run these last couple weeks. He's going to try to bounce back starting P12. We'll see Carson Pittman starting in that 13th position here tonight with Kevin Gibney Jr. rolling off 14th. We'll see last week's race winner, Troy Wagaman Jr. starting in that 15th position, and Nick Cannon starting to his outside in 16th. We'll go back here to that 17th starting position. It's going to be the 94 machine. It's going to be Team Sparkle Unicorn Ryan Sword. And then that 18th position, as he's currently filing off that pit road onto the track, it'll be Chris Lynn. There we go. Yeah, Chris Lynn will be starting 18. Sorry. Everybody getting a little bit shuffled there off the apron coming to the track. And then we'll see at 19th position, it'll be Robbie Bice right there. We'll see 20th position, it'll be Ryan Smith. Then you'll see Dakota Kuhn in 22nd. Steven Oberstadt. Oh, Jimmy Barr in 21st, excuse me, with Steven Oberstadt in. Nah, they're getting all over the place here for me, Chris. Can you continue and pick it up? Because they're all over the place for me right now.
Yeah, it is Steven Oberstadt in 23rd, David Smith in 24th, Michael Zuber 25th, Lucas Nilges 26th, Andrew May 27th, Josh Markle 28th, Michael Self 29th, William Brown in that 30th position. Dylan
we
Hastings,
are starting
31st.
the race here, Chris.
Yeah.
I have a 32nd Garrett, Hastings 30th. Man, these tracks get so out of whack here. But we will get back to just getting onto this race here. It looks like we already got a caution out, actually. Is it Michael Zuver? He is already around, actually.
Yeah, Michael Zuver already around. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened. Maybe a little bit of a stack up here. Oh, yeah, just wheel spin. Oh.
And not sure what happened there with the 96 machine.
Looks like
it does look like William Brown, last week's 3rd place sitter, did get caught up there a little bit with him.
Who's that he made contact with? 3 of Lucas Nilges? No. It's like the 80.
The 82 of Josh Markle.
82 of Josh Markle? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that qualifying grid there, man. These qualifying grids are so big. Sometimes we don't get the I feel like iRacing should allow us one more lap. They can do one more lap, but I know it would mess up the actual racing laps, so it's understandable. I'm not going to complain. I am going to apologize, though, for not getting that whole grid out there, but we do seem like we have some trouble here early.
Yeah, it looks like
I want to say, did he wheel spin? Yeah.
Well,
that's the only thing I can think.
See if we can. Yeah, my camera's not working here.
I forgot I had my driver voice chat down when I was doing the qualifying grid. And he was saying something, but I missed what he was saying.
As we're out on board here with Zuver C. Gets it up in the second gear, third gear there.
Oh, he just turned. I'm not sure what happened there. That looked very weird. I mean, when I did pick my volume back up in the chat, he didn't seem very impressed with what he did. So I would assume that it was definitely not intentional. I'm not sure what happened there, though, Chris.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was anything, like any contact, but no contact made, but just looks like maybe it got out from under him. Did you hear him wheel spin up or anything?
No, not really. I mean, I did have my main volume down a little bit, but I feel like I didn't hear any wheel spin too much.
And I do apologize about my voice if it sounds a little crazy. I have been a lot of sinus drainage, so my voice is crazy right now.
Yeah, the pollen is crazy outside right now, Chris. I'm sure it's not too great in Homestead, Miami here either. Virtual Homestead, I should say. But have you noticed, Chris, when we were looking down the front stretch out of the turn 3 exit, a lot of overclouds here tonight. Looks like we might get, and on our weather-based forecast, yeah, it's very overcast here tonight. Going to be no rain, obviously, but does seem like we got overcast skies and 75-degree temperature. That's gonna, that's gonna mean a very, very cold track temp, Chris. These cars are probably gonna be able to move around here later in the race, but right now it's gonna be just trying to find the grip of the track. We got a cold racetrack, and that's what's gonna come. As you get right on board here with Josh again, and you see down the backstretch, man, that's not a pretty sight in real life. But here in the sim, especially on these ovals, we do have controlled weather. It will not rain, thankfully. Now they did add rain in the road course and all that, but thankfully, we're not getting any of that. Imagine we have to sit here through a 6-hour red flag delay, Chris.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
As we will see the pace car bring us back to green here. It will be the first restart here of the night after the caution on the initial start of the race. Michael Zuver having some type of turf toe or turf monster come up and grab him. I'm not sure what happened there, but he did get a little bit loose there and just got himself into the wall, as we will see the green drop, and it'll be that 72 of Tyler Rush rushing to get back to it as he's trying to find here some good race pace, as this is your first time going off into turn 1 pretty much at race pace here tonight. We'll see what these drivers are going to do as they get it out of 1 and 2. There's going to be a lot of drivers on the wheel right now, I should say, sawing on it as we get here going. It's going to be very, very spread out on these first couple runs.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how these drivers take this track. You know, a lot of drivers were driving this really differently in the races that I've been watching here over the past week. I've noticed a lot of drivers taking that high lane. I noticed it in the Discord this morning. They were actually talking about it. So saying who's going to take that wall lane, that Larson lane. So see how long it takes for these guys to decide to go up there against that top lane and really battle it out.
3 wide already right there. And Chris, it looks like that 26 Twisted Tea of Jaden Bingaman. He's getting a little bit twisted up there. He is getting up to that high wall early. He was there on the start, on that restart, I should say, coming through the turn 3 and 4 last time. He was up there close to the wall. He is trying to work that outside lane here a little bit. And you see it does got speed. And it will come in here later in this run once these tires start to wear down. So right now, working on it early, Chris, getting the rubber built down. Watch out for that 26 machine. He's sticking to the high lane here early. Looks like he might be in the wall a little bit, maybe not.
Yeah, ran it up there a little wide, but he didn't. It doesn't look like he touched it.
Nah, this track is like a Darlington. You're always going to get some stripes on the right side.
Man, just seeing all those cars coming down
Cycle
the
through your
backstretch.
field here. Cycle through your field here as we get on Carson Pittman. You got William Hobart to the inside of him, as that is actually, Nick Cannon to the inside now. And then Ken Baum Jr., Chris, you saw right there. Then you got Troy Wagaman Jr., last week's race winner. He's lost a position since the restart. He's sitting back in that 16th spot now. We'll see what this turn 2 Terrible 20's got for us tonight. We know he's fast at the 1.5 miles like Las Vegas. Let's see what he can do here to track like Homestead.
Yeah, just seeing everybody kind of trying to figure out where they're wanting to go on the track right now. Nobody really wanting to file in single file. I see Caitlin Height has been setting pretty much the fastest lap every time she comes around, and then there's a couple of drivers that come and take it away. So that's who I'm watching right now. That 11 machine is working that inside of that 8 of Kip Easley. So that's who I'm watching. Caitlin Height setting a really good lap. Nick Cannon just set the fastest lap that time by, as I say it, Ken Baum stole it away.
Yeah, we're going to see those fastest laps tick around here for a little bit, Chris, and then when we get fresh tires again, we'll see it start to go down once again. But, oh, we got a driver loose back there. Not sure who that was. That might have been the 95 of Dakota Coon. No, he usually drives a blue car. No, it was the 28 of Robbie Bice. That's who it was.
Yeah, Robbie Weiss getting a little loose on that turn 2 exit. See him lose a couple of positions here. He's going to keep it underneath him. So we'll have to see what's going on, but it looks like to the lead. Kip easily running that higher lane has found the speed around that 72 of Tyler Rush. See if he can
Yeah, and if
hold
I'm
it
in
down
that
the
72
backstretch.
0, I'm telling him, put it up to the wall and stay there.
Yeah.
Because Kip Easley is on a run right now, Chris. Look at the car lanes he's got. Driving it off into turn 3 and 4. He is going to take the low lane. But we'll see who's going to start to, really gamble here and go outside wall the whole time. And I was about to say, if anyone's going to run that wall, we know who it's going to be, Chris. That 24, Colin McCarthy. He stuck to it here in these 1.5 miles last year. Was really fast on the wall. You've called him before here fast. We know how he'll be this season with those outside walls in these 1.5s. He usually finds speed, and he finds it very randomly.
A little loose there on that.
So we'll see how Kyler McCarthy does. And it's one of those things for the Nitro teams that, you usually got drivers like Josh Susie, who's been firing off there up at the lead. But Chris, look at Nitro here these past couple weeks. You got Susie back in 33rd. He didn't complete his qualifying run. He was out on track, but it didn't seem like he put down an actual lap. And then you got David Smill in 31st, Chad Engel 27th. I mean, and other than that, it's Kyler McCarthy all the way up in 7th place. The Nitro guys who last season were showing so much speed, this season they haven't really been able to replicate it too much, besides a couple of them here and there. We're going to have to see if they can get back in that groove. But talking about finding speed, Chris, the Turn 2 Terribles drivers have just turned up this year and found it all. They have really, really got the setups working this season. Yeah. I mean, heck, in the top 10 right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drivers, I think, in the top 10 right here for the Turn 2 Terribles. And if you look at that right there, 3 wide, your original pole sitter, Tyler Rush, showing why that inside lane is not working anymore, starting to lose speed. Matthew Fitz up to the wall. Look like him, Carson Pittman, and that 94 of Ryan Sword might have just had a moment right there.
Yeah, as I'm noticing a little bit of lag in the stream. If I do see it, do apologize. My computer is having a little bit of a fit right now. But we are still rolling. Kyler McCarthy is moving his way up. Josh, like you were saying, that 24 showing a lot of speed. But let's not forget, Kip Easley, he's moved up to about a second and 6/10 gap between him and Kevin Click. So he's really finding that speed in that 8 machine tonight.
Yeah, but, it could be one of those things, Chris. He has a really good early run car here. You got to see how the car is going to handle over the whole run. I mean, we could see an early caution here within the next 10 seconds. Who knows? But it's going to be one of those things for Kip. Right now, he's got a fast car, but where is that car going to be at lap 114 or lap 44 or lap however farther he gets into this run in the lead? We'll have to see how that 8 machine is going to be able to handle then, because right now it seems like everybody back here is still battling for the second place on back. So he could be onto something here, Chris. We'll just have to see how this 8's able to manage. But speaking of Colin McCarthy running that outside lane earlier, Chris, look where he's found himself at. 3rd place, up 8 spots. The 24 Chevy did just apologize to Kevin Click right there. It looks like he might have pushed him off into the corner a little bit. Slide job.
Yeah, as I'm sitting there talking to myself, Kyler McCarthy giving the 25 a little bit of a bump, but look at that, Josh. Ken Baum running that high lane.
Big run coming from Ken Baum.
Let's see. He's going to give the 25 a little bit of a bump there. So let's see.
I think Kevin Click's going to go to the middle lane here, and that's going to allow Ken Baum to ride this outside lane here. Watch this run from the backstretch from the 2. He's not really up there all the way, but he's still getting high enough. It's going to give him way more of a run. Oh, he got loose coming off corner exit. Still a big run, though, coming to the 25. He's going to get past, I think. Oh, a little bit into the wall there as well. The 2-time champion here, Chris, showing he's still got speed. Back-to-back champion, we should say that. Showing he's still got speed. We'll see if the number 2 at Ken Baum is going to be able to turn it around tonight after the early season woes. But right now, it does look like Colin McCarthy and that Ken Baum Kevin Click machine are starting to catch Kip Easley a little bit. That gap is starting to fall a little bit. Or was it up to 2 seconds? No, it's went up actually a little bit.
It's actually went up 2/10
Yeah, okay,
of a second.
sorry. I thought it was at 2 seconds, but it was only at 1.5.
Look,
so
Ken
I
Baum riding that line all the way up there against the wall. And Josh, like we were saying, look at this. Troy Wagaman all the way from the back. He's now in that 5th spot. I saw him running the wall there as well. So we're seeing the wall line. It looks like it's starting to work.
And I really want to know what happened with this Turn 2 Terribles camp, man, after last season. Had very solid cars, nonetheless. I mean, they were all running very well, but it just seemed like they were all getting caught up in the race woes that not a lot of people want to get caught up in. Maybe it's the different atmosphere of the league this year. We got a lot of drivers who maybe they might not, respect each other outside of the race car, whatever it may be, but on the racetrack, they show the utmost respect. It seems like we do have a lot of drivers in here that are really got a good competitive base about them, and I think that's what I like most about the league this season, Chris. It's showing competitiveness, but it's also showing other teams coming out. And what I was going to say about Turn 2 Terribles is what my original point is whatever happened with them in the offseason, Chris, I'd like to change because these cats have been fast. The hot rods are running. I don't know what ramble I got into there for a moment, but these Turn 2 Terribles drivers, man, they're looking fast this season.
Yeah, you saw Kip Easley with that. Ken Baum with that massive run out of Turn 4, going on the inside of that 24. It gave him the pass.
That's a big race right here for second.
Yeah, and you're also seeing the 20 of Troy Wagaman riding that top lane. So we're going to have to see which drivers are going to decide to take that top lane. Kip Easley starting to lose a little bit of time now down to about a 1.5 second gap. Was up to 1.8 tenths. But Kip slowly starting to lose a little bit of time. We see him going all the way down here to the bottom. Looks like a lot of drivers are actually going down to that bottom lane. I know that a lot of the drivers in practice were riding that middle to high line, so that's something interesting to see how long these drivers decide to stay down at the low line. Of course, here in 3 and 4, you're going to see them go down there to the bottom. As I say that, Troy Wagaman riding that top lane.
Hey, that's where I'd be going.
Yeah, we're going to see how long it takes everybody to decide to do that, because massive run here from the 20. He's starting to catch that 25.
Yeah, I think he just pins it to the wall right here. I think whoever finds that wall line first, whoever can run it the best and consistently, I think is going to have the shot to win this race if anyone gets up there and is comfortable with the wall. But out of 38 cars here tonight, Chris, I think we're going to have at least 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that's going to be comfortable getting up in the wall. And we got a good bit of talent here in the Full Throttle League this season. So expecting to see some good runs coming here as we get later into this run, especially get on these older tires, man. Homestead becomes a really, really, really fun track and a really good driver's track once you get into these later runs. I mean, Homestead from a camera view right here might look like a big banked track, but you get out there, man, and you drive on this track, you have to brake a lot. You have to use your driving skill. This is a very driver skill track. Homestead is not easy. Even a track still to this day I struggle with. I think the only thing I'm good here, we got a caution out, Chris. Could be Robbie Bice, maybe Andrew May. I'm not sure. I saw names cook around there at the bottom.
It looks like William Brown. Yeah, William Brown, that 9.
Oh, no. The 9 of William Brown around last week's podium finisher. We'll have to see what happened here. 27. David Smith Jr. and him. Yeah, Williams, he's saying right now. I heard him apologizing to William, and Williams saying, don't worry, I was getting all loose. That's my fault, too. I'm sorry for collecting you pretty much, so.
Yeah, we see him
right there. He's just... And there's nothing David Smith can do there. I mean, you got to stay in the gas and hope you pass him or check on the brakes and get ran over from behind, which there's not too many drivers behind him, but he probably wasn't expecting the caution to come out there. So it's one of those things. You just stay on the gas as a driver. But
yeah, we see him loose there. He gets wiggled and then just nowhere for him to go.
They got linked up there wheel to wheel for a second. It does look like David Smith took some inside wall damage there. Chris, we have some takers down pit road. Colin McCarthy, Joshua Gaiman, Carson Pittman, Tyler Rush, Justin Gibbs, and Kevin Gibney Jr. all down pit road this time. And it looks like Kevin Click as well. Maybe not. Never mind. It just blinked. But we do have some drivers down pit road, Chris. Takers early. And we're going to see what they're going to be able to do with these fresh tires. As add Josh Susie, Chad Engel, Dylan Hastings, Brett Strickler, Bill Hells, Harry Bice, Stan Mayberry, Shane Weldon, Ryan Sword, and William Brown to the list of drivers down pit road that time. They weren't showing up there because they were a little bit behind the field there, but they are down pit road, and we are under caution here. This is our second caution of the night. Lap number 24, Kip Easley went up there and took the lead early. And and he hasn't kind of looked back here. He's done a good job leading this race. We'll have to see what this 8 machine's going to do here now that he's going to get on this restart. 1 second, I have to turn my voice chat volume down there. But as we keep going here, I'm excited to see now on this restart as we get the pace lights off here on the iRacing pace car. It's going to be nice to see what two-time champion Kid Bomb Jr. and defending champion is going to be able to do here against Kip Easley. And he's got 2 of his Turn 2 Terribles teammates behind him in Kevin Click and Troy Wagaman Jr. Speaking of Wagaman Jr., Chris, 11 spots up from the 15th starting position in last week's race winner. The Turn 2 Terribles number 20 machine has looked like a driver this season that might be that guy for Turn 2 Terribles. He's shown up every race, was fast at Daytona. Not sure where we raced at again, week 2 Atlanta. And then, you know, I can't really remember code of that race. I don't remember too much for some reason. The road course races are always hard for me to remember because they're so spread out. But, you know, every track this season, it seems like Troy Wagaman has been fast. He's been in moments where he could be in good positions. He might be that guy, Chris, for Turn 2 Terribles this season that's going to crank up the pressure for these other teams and make them realize, hey, we're going to have to set a pace too. I mean, you got drivers like, you know, Nick Cannon that's turning it up with Prestige Worldwide, putting his name up here tonight. And then you'll see all these other drivers mixing it up here. Lucas Nilge's in the top 10. Sorry if we were blank there for a second. Chris was fixing some graphic settings while I was painting all these images in your head. As, look at that. William Hobart. Jaden Bingaman still in the top 10. Chris, we'll see how this run's going to go here on the outside lane. But I'm excited to see as green. We'll see what these drivers are going to do here. Lap 25. We had a couple takers down pit road. Lap 26 now. And we'll see what these fresh tire drivers will do and what these old tire drivers are going to have to offer. As rolling it off here into turn 1 and 2 on the second restart of the night. Caution restart, I should say, of the night. We'll see what this... Oh, that is somebody up in the wall. And not sure if they're blinking or... Was that Zuver? I think it was Michael Zuver. Oh, 38 of Brett Strickler.
Big damage on that right side. Not sure what happened to him. We'll have to see if I can mark a marker for him and see if I can go back and see what happened.
Does look like we have a little bit of a choo-choo train going on up here. That Kip Easley machine going to go to the outside. And speaking of outside, that 20 of Troy Wagaman Jr., he's going to the outside. Ooh, thought him and Nick Cannon were going to make contact there. And Wagaman is moving compared to Nick Cannon down the backstretch. As Caitlin Height, Jeremy Zarfos right off behind this Nick Cannon machine behind him. As you see him driving this low lane. And he's having to really feather that gas pedal, giving it little small burps. And then getting back into it on corner exit when he feels the tires gripped up. But we do have a battle for the lead here, Chris, and it is going to be back-to-back champion Ken Baum Jr., the number 2 machine, taking it to that 8 machine of Kip Easley. It's going to be a Turn 2 Terribles up and smoke battle here for the lead.
Yeah, we'll see if Kip Easley has anything to say for that 2 machine. We know he's been up there killing those tires, trying to stay away from Ken Baum and Kevin Click, but now that they're bunched back up, those tires might be starting to show a little bit of ugliness, a little bit of heated up. We know you get down there on those bottom lanes, this track can eat your tires up if you run it very aggressively. So if he did run it aggressively, you know, that's going to be the real question. You know, did he burn those tires up early, and that's allowed Ken Baum to kind of take off?
Not only... Oh, we got a wreck in the backstretch. Carl Gurek. That looks like the 72 of Tyler Rush, our original pole sitter. And Gurek still wrecking on the backstretch. Caution is out. Lap 29. I want to say that was Tyler Rush, Chris.
See the 76 up in the wall. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he just gets loose. He collects the 72.
Oh, 72. Is he going to take a hit? No, he's going to save it. It just looks like he's blinking out. Is he blinking out for you? Do you see them there still, or are they blinking out for you as well?
No, okay. I see them.
Okay, they're blinking out for me. So
yeah, as we're seeing Zuver get up. I mean, excuse me, Zuver, the 76 of Charles Gurek get up into the wall. I was looking at the wrong 6. Looks like going up into the corner. Yeah, he just gets up into the wall there. We'll see what happens. He comes off of it, but just gets right there, gets loose. And then the 72, just an innocent bystander.
Yeah, they're blinking out for me right there. I don't even see anything that you're saying. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe iRacing is having a little bit of, or we're having a little bit of internet issues. I don't see any internet issues, but
I think realistically, Tyler Rush might have gotten away with a good bit of damage there. I mean, that could have been one of those that was way worse. Not sure what's going on for Caitlin Height there.
yeah, Sarge stalled out on the pit lane.
Maybe waiting for the field to
Oh,
pass by.
waiting for the field to pass by. That's what
Okay, I
happened.
see. It just we came on board. That was what we saw, so it was confusing. Yeah. Okay, I understand. But that's what I thought in my head was going on.
Yeah, I notice a couple of logos also missing, so I'm gonna have to fix that one. You notice that the Full Throttle logo is missing up in the top left corner. Not sure what's going on with that. Might be on one of my drives that I had to unplug, so have to fix that.
Yeah, Chris's computer is going through that like every 2 year where everything decides to break at once. So he's having to change some stuff right now. So if we do have some logos missing or something, we do apologize on that. Some hard drives going out here, some video cards blowing up there. You know, it's been a
Yeah, I've had a
been a
video
rather
card.
been a rather eventful 3 months for Chris with the computer.
I've had a video card go out. I've had my RAM go out, and then I also, well, I had my CPU actually, CPU fan go bad, so I had to replace that, and then my GPU decided to, it didn't want to work anymore, and so
Brand new at that, like
brand
three
new,
months
yeah,
old.
yeah, and then my hard
Still
drive.
waiting on AMD to get the warranty to us.
Yep, still waiting to hear back from them, but and then AMD, I mean, my hard drives, I'm in the process of converting over to SSDs. So they're old and they're starting to die.
Well,
And I'm not
enough
gonna
of
lie,
the technology talk, Chris.
I kind of filled the hard drives.
Huh?
Nothing.
Green back out at Homestead, Miami. Lap number 33 here. We'll see what this Ken Bomb Junior machine is going to be able to do here as we've got two juniors in the top three and a Nick Cannon pulling up right here, trying to race his way into these podium positions here early. We'll see what these Turn 2 Terribles are going to be able to do against this Prestige worldwide
Woo.
of Nick Cannon as that 25 makes a big move and Cannon's going to follow him down into the corner.
I was gonna say Nick Cannon, big push there into the corner, 3 wide there for just a second. Let's see if it's gonna stick. Nope, Nick Cannon gonna have to get out of it. Gonna fall up against that line, or excuse me, that wall. Let's see what that 25 does. Kevin Click on that inside lane. Don't know if he wants to be there or not, but that 20 taking that high lane up against the wall. Big run there. Just goes to show you that how fast that line is right now. So a couple of drivers cycling back through the field. I did see that Joshua Gaiman has lost 13 positions. He's fallen back to that 15th spot. Justin Gibbs started.
He pitted though, so
yeah, and then Kip Easley's fallen back 21 positions. He's slowly moving his way up forward. I see he went down pit lane as well.
speaking of slowly moving their way up, Chris, look at 11th spot and 13th spot. Those guys are moving to the field now. And 10th as well, Stephen Overstott. The Josh Susi is our big mover right now, up 19 positions, Chris.
Yeah, as I see a lot of shuffling around on the track, kind of seeing what races are going on. You see single file down the back straight for just a second. Couple of drivers poking their nose out, trying to decide if they want to make a pass or not. William Hobart moved himself up into that 5th spot. And then you see the very slick Jimmy Barr, Chris Lynn combo there.
double trouble right there. And that is Zarfos and Jimmy Barr
Oh, excuse
running
me.
the same car.
Excuse me. Kyler McCarthy up 2 positions from his starting spot, up in 9th. We see he's making a good run here on that 32. See if he can make a pass here for that 8th position for too long. Chris Lynn up 10 positions. Started in 18th, up to that 8th spot. See, everybody in the lead is kind of singled out now. Ken Baum, he's out 0.7 seconds in the lead with Troy Wagaman slowly closing that gap in. He's got that 7 of Nick Cannon in tow behind him, and you see Kevin Click also trying to hold on to that 4th position. Got that 13 of William Hobart battling on the inside. So everybody up here in the front really not giving up position. It's just a matter of what line they're deciding to run. It looks like they're trying to make a run, but then once you see it, everybody just kind of files back in line, and nobody's really making a move for position. So we'll have to just keep a watch on it. The 25 there might be making a little bit, but that 7, nope, doesn't look like it's going to make it. Like I said, see there? They just kind of fall back in where they're at. It's kind of cool to watch what lines they run.
Yeah, I do love seeing Homestead Miami.
Whoa!
When they go low and they go high and then they go middle and they all still just foul out.
Jimmy Barr loose.
Yeah, let's say that 12 of Jimmy Barr, he's fighting it. Gonna corral it up right now.
See Nick Cannon taking the high lane. Looking for some battles here in the back. I see Kip Easley has moved himself up into the 19th spot, so he's getting himself into the teens, trying to move himself back up into the lead after that pit stop that cycled him back towards the end of the field. But right now, like I said, making up a little bit of position is that 8, so don't count him out just yet.
Really, though, at this point, Chris, I think you can't count anyone out. I mean, some of these guys have taken tires. Some of them have, had to come down for damage. But all in all, I think we're going to see this field get mixed up a little bit more here before it's all said and done. We are at lap some 41, but we'll see what everything happens as we get here closer towards,
Carson
I would
Pittman.
say, yeah, as I say, these guys are going to start racing hard. And that 32 is,
Sawing.
as I say, he was chawing on that wheel.
Kept
I'd be
it straight,
careful.
though.
I'd be careful, Carson Pittman. That 32 is not afraid to put the bumper to you.
Good run there from the 4, though. Looks like he might be trying to make a move here on that 29 Azarfos before too long. I do like the Vice City Miami vibes that they have going on in those cars, though.
Yeah, I do like that hot pink.
I see Ken Baum now almost out to a 2nd gap between Troy Wagaman. See a lot of drivers cycling around back here. See if we can find any battles going on the track. Carson Pittman now putting Jeremy Zarfos under
38
pressure.
Brett Strickler on the apron.
Whoa, bump here for Carson Pittman. You know he's going to take the outside lane. This might slow him up here a little bit. Good clean pass for the 4. He's going to go ahead and
He's
assume that
passing
6th
on the
position.
outside, on the bottom. This 4 is moving, Chris, right now. He might have a fast, long-run car here.
Yeah, these drivers are on open setups. They do have the ability to tweak their own setups the way they want in the race. So a lot of these drivers, once they get a setup that really helps them out, you can start to see their ability shine. And like you said, this is a driver's track. This isn't a track like Talladega or Daytona where you just kind of hold the wheel left and it goes where you want
Hope
it to
for
go.
the best.
This is you have to know where to put your car, what lines work, what lines don't work, where not to put your car. It really becomes a game within a game.
The thing I love about Homestead Miami, Chris, is it really, like you said, does show the driver's talent. So you get to see as these runs go on, and you get these long, late runs like this. Like you said, these driver talents come out. So expecting to see some more position changes as we go through the race here. And that 7 of Nick Cannon has something going on. He is falling back now, like he's got stones in the back of that car.
Yeah,
Lost 3
probably
positions here.
probably eating up those tires. Like I was saying, this tire is very abrasive, or these cars track are very abrasive on the tires. These cars were just hard to drive after about 10, 15 laps on ate up tires. So this is, something that we were talking about, at the beginning to watch out for what these lines were going to dictate later on in the race. If you're running that inside lane, really, getting down there on the wheel, having to really saw on it, it'll start eating those tires up. We're starting to see a lot of drivers starting to fall off. Kevin Click now putting that 20 into the 3rd position, and there we go. Carson Pittman now moved himself up, as I say that, underneath that 20. We'll see if he can take over that 3rd spot. Doesn't look like he had the car underneath him. Lost that position to that 20. Oh, you see him
Pittman's still on a charge here, though.
Yeah, you see him washing up there to the top lane. And, oh, it looks like he had the run there.
Wagaman's going to make that car just wide enough. It's going to be a sandwich here. 3 wide as we go into 1 and 2 here. This is a battle for 3rd place at lap number 49 of 150.
Ooh. See the 82 of Josh Markle on the apron. One of those drivers that was unfortunately caught up in an accident early on.
Ooh, Carson Pittman on the low lane, going to almost make it work. He's going to be side by side here.
Looks like Wagaman just going to have a little bit more momentum on that outside lane, but Carson Pittman going to close the lineup here, see if he can
He's going
this
to make
pass
that work. He's going to make that work. The 20's going to try to come back under him here in 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, excuse me. And they got Kevin Click right there. But I think the 4 Carson Pittman wants to be in this middle lane, but the 20 going to slide job him from the middle. That's going to allow the crossover. Here comes Carson Pittman back around on the inside. And he's going to pick up that 3rd place spot. So Troy Wagaman eating the tires up there a little bit, trying to keep it out in front. He's going to have to settle it down here as he goes to the outside lane. He's not in the wall. He's riding the wall. Now, maybe not so much, but he was very high up into that wall. Woo!
See a lot of drivers trying to get around everybody as we were in that camera, but everybody going down to the very bottom lane trying to block. This is what you like to see. Right now, Carson Pittman, though, putting the pressure to that 25 of Kevin Click for that 2nd position. Let's see if that 4 can make it stick, or if that 25 is just going to take that top lane and run away. Doesn't look like he's going to run away, but that 4 is still going to get down there on that quarter panel. Not going to make it work, though. Going to have to fall back in and attack next corner. As we say that, you see the 20 of Troy Wagaman starting to fall off a little bit. Whoa, Chris Lynn loose. Whoa, I want to say
Nick Cannon gonna dodge him.
I want to say the 29 of Jeremy Zarfos just saved him. If you're Chris Lynn, you're like, or if you're if you're Chris Lynn, you're over there saying, "Hey man, I'm glad you were there." Oh, you see Chris Lynn getting down there on the door of the 24. The 24 making a block on the 8 of Kip Easley, has moved himself up to that 12th position. So Kip Easley back on the charge from that 23rd position after that pit stop cycle. But we're also seeing Josh Susi on that outside up 20 positions.
Yeah, we're starting to see more and more different race cars come alive here, Chris, in this late run. Josh Susi finding some speed here. But, man, he has got a battle ahead of him. 3 wide here. He's got his teammate in front of him. And, oh, he's beating and banging off that 32 of Chris Lynn as we go off here into turn 3 and 4. Oh, and Chris Lynn now. He's going to take it 4 wide there for a moment.
Oh, we're...
Still 4 wide. He's going to get loose.
Woo.
He's going to be the guy that doesn't get the most out of it. But, hey, might be risky, but Risky's fun, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, that was a battle that, man, if you were in that 81, you don't want to see it. Oh, the 4 going to go ahead and take over that second position. But you can see the crossover there from the 25 of Kevin Click. See a lot of temper starting to heat up. Everybody wanting to get as much track position as they can. That 4 trying to get on that quarter panel, push up that 25. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. There are so many battles. I see so many names flipping around. There's so much going on. Whoa, it looks like a bad run there from the 25.
Yeah,
he's going to have to get out of it.
The wall.
Yeah, he's going to have to get out of it. That's going to allow Carson Pittman to go ahead and take over that second spot. We see William Hobart, who is up in that 4th spot. Jeremy Zarfos right behind him. Troy Wagaman falling back to that 6th spot after working his way all the way up to 2nd.
Oh, and he is in the wall.
Yeah, you see he is making sparks off the wall. Lucas Nilge's up 19 positions in that 7th spot, so good run here from that 3. Nick Cannon losing a couple of spots. Whoa, it's 3 wide back here for that 10th spot. Kip Beasley on the inside, the 9 of William Brown on that middle lane, and then you see the 14 up there, Steven Overstadt. Ooh, big dive there from the 8. You see the 9 almost getting on that back bumper, but good drive here from that 8. Look at that, Josh. We got 7, 8, and 9 on the track. In 7, oh man, we're 1 position up. In 8, 9, and 10. Dang it.
Close. But the 7, 8, and 9 all going to race. You know why 7's afraid of 8, right? 7, 8, 9? Yeah. All right, as we keep going here. It's going to be William Brown pushing that 8 of Kip Beasley off into the corner, man. Just kind of slid job his own teammate with that push.
Right now, this is your closest battle for position. I'm watching the battles up front. William Hobart does have Jeremy Zarfos about 0.2 of a second behind him, but if that gets within a 5/10 gap, we'll go back up there on him. But right now, this is your closest battle on track. That 3 starting to pull up to that 20 of Troy Wagaman as he was getting into the wall a couple of times. The 8 with a big run down the front
32 of Chris Litterrout. He got into Josh Gaiman.
Gonna keep it straight, though.
Apparently Josh Gaiman down pit road this time. Maybe time, maybe not, maybe not. It just looks like he went down pit road, I think. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, he is down pit road.
Not really sure what happened with that.
I saw the 32 get sideways, and it collected Josh Gaiman for sure. He tried slide jobbing Connor, or not slide, loose. Maybe not. Yeah, he was loose. Never mind, I see that.
Oh, Joshua Gaiman just nowhere to go. Ken Baum down pit lane.
Could see some green flag pit stops. Carson Pittman coming in, maybe? Yeah, Carson Pittman down pit road. No, he's not. Why is my timing messing up?
Not really sure.
My timing is all over the place tonight. I do apologize for the missed calls.
Carson Pittman was down at lap 23. William Hobart down. Troy Wagaman as well. So right now, let's see. It looks like Lucas Nilges is about to be battling. What was I see Nick Cannon back there. Josh Susie all over the back bumper. Right now, Kip Beasley's moved himself up into that 4th spot. He's got about a 6/10 gap between him and William Brown. Whoa, big slowdown there from the 7. So right now, this is your closest battle for position. Seeing a lot of switching lanes here. The 27 to David Smill down to the inside lane. See if he can make this stick. He did come down at lap 23, one of those drivers that did take tires. Nick Cannon with a drive down to the
Oh,
bottom.
whoa, Charles Gurrick. Somebody's around. Justin Gibbs just said sorry. Not sure what happened. We got a caution out on the racetrack. And then once again, yeah, it is Charles Gurrick. And Justin Gibbs fully taking the blame over driver chat. We'll see what happens here. Is flying off into turn 3. We got Charles Gurrick on the outside lane. That is that 39 of Gibbs on the inside. He blinks out there for a second for me, but yeah, he just drives up the track and gets into that 76 Charles Gurrick. Might have just tightened up or could have had a little bit of a wiggle there. Not sure. And just, you know, that front end wiggle, Chris, where it chases you up the track.
Mm-hmm.
But he's blinked out for me right there, so I don't see if he wiggles. You're going to have to tell me. I don't know what's going on with the blinking tonight for me.
It looks like he just gets loose, honestly. Looks like the 76 just gets loose a little bit, and that's what collected the 39. As we'll ride on board here with the 39, see if we can see it from his point of view. Actually, we'll go on board here with the... Who's that behind him? The 31? Oh, Lord, there's... I forget, they have numbers. A lot of drivers down pit lane. We'll get to that here in just a second. Kevin Gibney will ride on board with him.
Pretty much the whole field down pit road. It's looking like it's going to be the whole field.
Yeah, as you see it right there, Garrett looks like he just gets loose. I mean, it just looks like he had to chase it down the track.
This race house pit road.
Whoa. A little bit of a bump there to the 8, to the 29 of Zarfos. That's going to push him out of his pit box. 29 going to have to back up. That's weird. Normally it gives you the ghost there, but unfortunate there for the 8. Did not get the ghost.
For Carson Pittman. He's going to get out first. New leader, Carson Pittman. The Joshua Gaming got out, but he's a lap down.
Yeah, so it's going to be Pittman, Click, Brown, Easley, Cannon, Smills, Susi, Zarfos, Nilges, and Overstat going to be your top 10 out of pit lane. Bill Hell's moving himself up 22 positions to take over that 11 spot after that pit cycle. Dylan Hastings up 9 spots. Kalen Height just not having a good run here in that 13th spot. Not going to counter out just yet. We know we've seen a really, really spirited drive from her. She has got a lot of talent underneath her. But I'm not going to counter out. Just, like I said, just maybe not having the best runs that she's wanting to have right now. But currently sitting in that 13th spot is that 10. Or is that 11, excuse me. Tyler Rush lost 13 positions, now sitting in that 14th spot. So your leader, or your, pole sitter, sitting in that 14th spot. See if he has anything to say. Get it back underneath him. Robbie Bice up 4 positions. We saw him have a little bit of sideways action early on, but looks like he's got it underneath him after that pit stop. And then Ryan Smith, Shane Weldon, Stan Mayberry, Kevin Gibney, and Justin Gibbs going to round out your top 20. But here at lap 67, coming to lap 68, Carson Pittman is going to be your inside leader. You're going to have Kevin Click on that outside lane. You see William Brown giving the bump to that Ford, saying, I am ready to go. You've got William Brown on that outside lane, Kip Easley on that outside lane. Green flag is out. Looks like Kip might not have got off to the best start. That's going to allow that 7 of Nick Cannon to make a move onto the inside. You're going to see the 4 Carson Pittman get off to a good jump. The 25 of Kevin Click. Doesn't look like he got off to his favorable start either. He's going to fall back in position. So that's going to open up the door for William Brown to move himself up into that 3rd spot. But Josh Susi moved himself up 26 positions now in that 6th spot. Good to see that Sushi machine moving his way up through the field. Got a lot of traffic up in front of him though. A little bit of a bump there to the 8 going into the corner. See him having to get out of the gas, man. A lot of drivers taking a lot of different lines. It's something that we're watching here tonight. See everybody all over the track. We are 4 wide here in the back. A lot of stacking up going on down the back stretch. Whoa, is around. Looks like maybe.
I'm not sure who that was. Oh, that's not good. 24 of Kyle McCarthy, 26 of Jaden Bingaman, the 15 of Michael Self. And I want to say that's the 20 of Troy Wagaman Jr.
I want to say it was Ken Baum that I saw.
Oh, Troy Wagaman's got big front end damage, I think. I could be tripping on that one, though. It might have just been that angle on his front end, but no, he does have right damage, right? No, I don't know. I'll have to see here. Does look like the 26 gets the 35 up into the wall. The 35's into the wall there. This might not have anything to do with it.
That was in front of him.
Yeah, it was in front of him. The smoke happens up here.
See if we can find
99. 98? Is that Shane Weldon? My goodness.
It is.
Someone's
it
running
is
a. Yeah, someone's running a number that's. Yeah, it is Shane Weldon.
It is Shane Weldon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just
Yeah, it
clicked
looks
on
like
the wrong person.
it looks like Shane Weldon getting loose there in turn 4. Ken Baum's gonna chase it up to that middle lane, and that's where Shane Weldon's gonna be. See him get into the corner. We're gonna have to see. Oh, the 32 of Chris Lynch. See the 24 of Kyler McCarthy getting collected up in that. And then behind him, the 26 of Jaden Bingaman, like Josh said, the 15 of Michael Self there. The 96 of Zuver on the outside. I want to say that is the 20 of Troy Wagaman right there.
Dakota Kuhn all the way in the blue. Its front end blends in with the apron down there.
There's where
Look
20,
at this. Look at Dakota Kuhn. His life is flashing before his eyes. Especially if he's on single monitor, man. That 15 just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, there was the contact there to the wall that the 20 made, Josh. So a lot of drivers involved in that. Jaden Bingaman down pit lane. Kyler McCarthy was collected in that. Don't know how much damage he has. Doesn't look like he has any rear or front damage that I can see. Maybe has fender damage. I do see the damage there on Jaden Bingaman, though. Yeah, Troy Wagaman looks like might be fighting a bent tie rod. That tie rod looks not so good. Engine.
It's the most active they've been on driver chat ever.
Engine cut off. Engine on. We'll have to see how that
engine off means that he's getting damage repair, by the way, if you're not aware with iRacing. Back in NR 2003, it would cut your car off and all you heard the sounds of hammers smacking your car. I think that followed that over in iRacing. But speaking of NR 2003, man, you know, got NASCAR 25 coming out, Chris. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be on the same engine as the Monster games, you know, NASCAR Heat games. I'm not sure because, you know, the World of Outlaw games is on that same engine. So I'm not sure what's going to go on here with the new NASCAR game, but don't know why I just thought about it, but kind of excited for a console NASCAR experience. It might be good. Kyle McCarthy said, y'all are just going to pass me. I'm not going down below the apron.
And unfortunate there for that 24.
Carson Pittman did win the race out of pit road there, but earlier, but you know, he lost it out on that restart. We're going to see how this 4 is going to be able to get back to it. We'll see if he's got an early run here on these tires or if he's got that long run. We'll see how it's going to happen here. iRacing pace car turns hard left, and that's going to set up the 2 Prestige Worldwides of Dale Doback and Brennan Doback. Green, green, green. Here we go.
We're watching Josh Susi. Looks like giving the 8 there a little bit of a bump, saying, come on, man, let's go. Seeing the 26, Jane Bingman, coming off pit lane right now. Big drive there for the 8 of Kip Easley. She's to the inside of the 8, or the 7, excuse me.
29 positions gained. I want you to know for William Brown to get up here in the first, but Josh Susie, 28 positions gained right there behind that 7. And teammate of race leader Nick Cannon. We'll have to see what this 81 of Josh Susie is going to be able to do, Chris, as he is riding that outside lane. These fresh tires should be fast for that 81. Nitro Machine is Nick Cannon, I thought was going to go across the nose there for a second.
Lucas Nilges.
We do have someone getting around back there. It is Lucas Nilges, the Pennzoil number 3. Chevy Camaro going to get it back on track here. And woo, man.
Still loose.
It seems like they're starting to drop like flies, Chris. I almost said fries. Getting a little bit hungry here, thinking about some Homestead, Miami, concession stand, excuse me. That would be great. Imagine if we had a virtual concession stand, we could just, spawn whatever we wanted to. Oh, that'd be awesome. Give me as many Martinville hot dogs as you can get me. Pronto.
Whoa, we
As
might
we're
be
about to have 3 wide here for the lead, Chris.
Looks like William
Like
Brown.
they're going to back out of that.
Yeah, it looks like William Brown said, I do not want any part of that. Said, if you want it, you can have it. It's a new leader here, Kip Easley. Lap 77. Good drive here to get back up
where
here.
he's been early. Yeah, as I say, he was up here earlier. Was leading the early majority of this race. I want to say the first 22 laps. So Kip Easley looks like he's got a fast early run car here, Chris. As we keep digging lap 77.
Trot on board here with that 8 of Kip Easley. Showing a good spirited run, like we said. Fell back to that 23rd, 24th position.
Whoa, Nick Cannon loose.
Cannon getting a little loose. Yeah, Josh, I was about to say.
That's something we've seen that 7 battle with all season, Chris. Throughout the majority of last season when he was fast, he did miss a majority of the races towards the end of the season. But, Chris, Nick Cannon shows so much speed, but then seems to find that loose bug or whatever it may be, just heating those rear tires up a little bit too much. I think if Nick Cannon was to find that strategy of not eating up that right rear sometimes, he'd be a fast race car driver and could be contending for top 5s easily week in and week out. Just sometimes does seem to overdrive on exit a corner, and that does get him into some of these peculiar positions. But here on these fresh tires, it's not going to be too much. You're going to be able to eat it out. You're going to pay a little bit here. Might have a lap or two where you're slower than everybody, and then they'll start to even out. But hey, it's going to let bygones be bygones. And Nick Cannon has got one of those drivers, though, that when he's on, Chris, he's on. Very good speed.
Yes, right now you're seeing Josh Susie starting to close that gap to Kip Easley, but it's kind of stagnated now. I was going to say Susie was really charging there, but now it's got down to about a 3/10 gap, and that's where they've stayed for the last couple of laps. Nick Cannon, though, he is fighting that car, trying to keep this position. He's falling back to that 4th spot. Kevin Clinton also losing a little bit of position. Whoa, is going all the way down the track.
Oh, we got a car around.
Looks like 13 of William Hobart.
Woo!
Safe. Man, William Hobart went for a ride there. We'll see if we can see what happened with that 13.
28 Robbie Bice looks like he's getting loose.
Yeah, 28 Robbie Bice getting loose, like you said. Looks like, oh yeah, just collected him up.
They just collect each other right there, yeah, on corner exit.
Ride back here a little bit further. We see at 28 just kind of getting a little wiggled up the track. You see the 28 grab him. That's going to send him around. Woo! Kevin Gibney was that driver that did make contact with that, with that 13 of William Hobart. So he's going to come down, maybe take a little bit of damage assessment, see if he's got anything that he can get knocked out of that car, so that way he can get as much speed as he can. William Hobart now down pit lane. And the pace lights are out.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. I was deafened there for a minute listening to driver chat after the caution, but then I've been talking thinking I was here. And then I just went pace lights out, and you said, and the pace lights are out. And I was like, oh, what the heck?
It happens to the best of us. I mute myself all the time.
Well, it's like, usually you never will say anything when I'm talking, but I'm so used to sometimes, if I want to say something, you'll let me interject. So I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was like, hey, he's just letting me go here for a minute. No, whatever. I'm just a goofball, I guess.
Well, over halfway here at lap 83, going to lap 84. Can Kip easily hang on to this lead? He's going to be the race start dictator, so he will have the better jump, unless the 81 just does a master time at timing the jump. We're going to have to see if that 8 can get off to a good jump. Looks like he's going to get off to a good jump. Man, the 9 of William Brown getting off to a good jump as well. That inside lane started moving.
Oh, man, Stussy and Brown getting tied off corner exit.
Looks like Stussy's going to try to take maybe
Caution's out again.
Looks like Michael Self. So I want to say he went ahead and jumped to the pits. See if we can see what happened here. '15's loose. Not really sure why that would bring out the caution.
Yeah, not sure either.
I didn't see any other wrecks. See if we can see. I don't see any other cars wrecking or anything. He's down on the bottom of the. He's off the race line and he pulls to the pits. So, not really sure what was going on there.
Well, I have to see if these drivers can gather it back up here, though. I mean, it's been one of these. Sorry about that, driver chat. No, just going to see if these drivers can really bring it back down. I mean, we've had a lot of action here early in the race, but it seems like cautions breed cautions. That's what we've had here over the last few moments. We'll see if they can bring it back together, and if we'll get back to some good green flag running here.
pace lights are out. You're at lap 87. Kip Easley still out in the lead. He's got that 9 of William Brown on the outside now. So Josh Susie on that inside lane could possibly get a good jump with that 8 as well, like we saw William Brown get a good jump with Kip Easley last start. So we'll see if that 81 has anything to say for this 8 and 9 machine. Or if William Brown has got the timing figured out. He has been watching these restarts a few times, so he could be getting the timing just right.
Sorry, Chris. Driver chat was a mess there. I was just listening. Green flag is back out. We'll see the 8 of Kip Easley fire off here. See what this 81 of Josh Susie's able to do. The 9 of William Brown on that outside lane. As he looks like he's got a little bit of a wobble there through the middle of the corner, but he's going to keep it under him.
Just to the outside. Let's see if the 81's going to make a move on Kip Easley.
Going to be a decent run when he comes into 1 and 2 here.
Let's see if he gives him the push or if he's just going to take. Yeah, I was going to say if he gives him the push and follows him down to the inside, or if that 81's just going to take that middle lane. Whoa, 81 getting a little loose. Looks like maybe the 8 had to get out of it as well.
I think the 8 came up the track. The 81 wasn't expecting it. He had to snap the wheel to the right to miss.
New leader.
They're going to gather it back under him. They're not going to wreck. But like you said, Chris, new leader, lap 89, coming to lap 90. It is Josh Susie, 31 spots gained. He is your biggest mover in the field right now.
Yeah, as I'm watching right now, a lot of drivers battling for this position. William Brown following back a couple of positions now in that 4th spot, battling with that 25 for that 4th position. You see Caitlin Height moving her way back up into that top 10, now in that 6th spot, looking at that top 5 right in front of her, trying to just claw back up there and get it. But she sees this 25 and 9 fighting in front of her. She's got to get around them first. Looks like 25 might have not had the best run in turn 4. Going into the corner.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That could have been really bad there. See Caitlin
Looked like it was going to be really bad as Caitlin Height to the inside the lane here, Chris. William Brown still in the middle of the 25, going to the outside lane. See that 27 to David Smith Jr. pulling up behind as well. The Nitro Machine up 17 positions from that 24th starting spot in that 7th position. That's William Brown going all the way to the bottom to block.
Whoa, it looks like maybe the 25 had a bad run.
Yeah, not a good run to the corner at all.
Yeah, we're seeing him falling back. That's going to allow the 7 and Nick Cannon to get around him. 9 of William Brown trying to work the inside lane, also trying to get around him. The 25 going to take that high lane, though. See if that momentum is going to be the key here.
Kip Easley is trying to get up here and work with Josh Susie, as now he has closed that gap from 2/10 all the way down to 1/10.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kip Easley's doing a spirited run here, trying to hang on to this 81. If anybody's going to give it to the 81 right now, it's going to be that 8 of Kip Easley. He is showing a lot of speed on the track here tonight.
25 of Kevin Click going to take it to that 3rd lane. Try to find some speed up here. It does look like he still has a very heated battle here with that number 9 of William Brown. It does look like he's going to pull up on his teammate, the 7 gamer subs of Nick Cannon. We'll see if he's able to dispose of 1, if not 2 of these Prestige Worldwide drivers. But it does look like in that middle run in 3 and 4, he's not finding the best speed right now. Whoa, 7, big wobble. He's still loose, 9 loose as well.
Looks like the 9 might have.
Prestige. worldwide wiggle there.
I was going to say, maybe it looks like William Brown thought that that Nick Cannon was going to go to that bottom lane. They were going to link up, but I don't think he saw that he was loose. And then 9 was like, oh, I got to get back in line. You're seeing Susie go all the way down to that bottom lane, trying to cut that draft off for the 8 of Kip Easley. So if we see that 81 drop all the way to the bottom of the line, you're like, man, what is he doing? That's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to cut that draft off for that 8, so he can't catch up with him on these straightaways.
Chris, we're ticking in close to 100 laps here as we ride on board with Kip Easley. Upshifts into 5th gear. It's that 25 of Kevin Click, big run there on the inside lane. He's finding some speed in that Ford and Mustang, and it's going to be Nitro up in smirk. Turn 2 terrible is your top 3 right now. And Kevin Click right up to the back bumper of this Kip Easley machine you see in the mirror. That's, whoa, nice camera view there.
Yeah, as you're seeing that 25 just riding the line. We'll see if he has anything to say. It looks like yellow flag.
Tyler
Jimmy
Russ
Barr.
Gurick? Somebody?
Looks like Jimmy Barr, maybe. Trying to find the marker. There it is.
No, Gurick was falling to the field. I want to say it was Jimmy Barr and them in front of him.
All right.
What, maybe not?
It looks like
I heard somebody say...
the 76 did get into the wall there.
I thought I heard somebody...
right there.
Maybe...
We see.
There
Oh,
it is.
wait. There we go. We're finding it now. Seeing some banging going on between the 69 and the 72. Let's see. Going up right there. Wait. What in the world just happened? Is everybody coming down pit lane right now? So I'm trying to find the... marker for it. Let's see if we can see what happened here between... It looks like maybe the 98 is Shane Weldon.
Bill Hells and 50... It's 53 Bill Hells.
Okay. Sorry about that. You see the 53 Bill Hells just... Oh. And that's what collected all that up.
Carson Pittman got collected, and he's been a fast car all night.
Ryan
And then that's where
Sword.
the 12 of Jimmy Barr comes in.
So off of pit road, it looks like William Brown won the race off pit lane. Oh, excuse me, did not come down
He
pit
didn't
lane. William
pit.
Brown, Ken Baum, Matthew
Kinbaum
Fitz.
or Fathy Fitz.
William Hobart also not coming down pit lane. Looks like Shane Weldon also. But at lap 98, Kip Easley, Susie, Nick Cannon, Kevin Click, Caitlin Height, David Smill, everybody from 6th place down pitted. Well, if you're in that 8 and that 81 machine, this is definitely not what you want to see in front of you. A lot of cars with old tires in front of you. But I'm wondering if this is a strategy play. We know we're ticking down on to the 50 to go. You don't want to go down pit lane and eat all your tires up.
Well, the pace lights will be off, Chris.
So
Green, 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 green.
So first through fifth are your drivers that have not come down pit lane. See, Susie are already working. 98 is Shane Weldon. Shane Weldon just falling back through the field on those older tires. Like we were saying, these top 4 right now are on older tires, so you're going to see Susie.
Oh, we already got another wreck. Ryan Sword, I think.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Sword around. See Stan Mayberry getting around him. Whoa, I just see netcode contact? Watch right here. Yeah, that looked like some netcode contact. But it looks like just a single spin there for that 94 Ryan Sword. Everybody was able to get around him. So the 98 is Shane Weldon. He did fall back to that 13th spot on that restart. But basically everybody, William Brown, Ken Baum, William Hobart, Matthew Fitz, all in that top 4. Did not lose any positions. Maybe this is something they're seeing. They know there's going to be a lot of cautions. Shane Weldon down pit lane. Going to go ahead and opt to get those tires. See that left side going up. See the 4.
I have a feeling Thunderdome is going to be absolutely active for the next couple days after tonight.
Oh, it normally is. I'm not going to lie. It's whenever I'm sitting at work on Thursday,
it's going to be 10 times more active.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wake up in the morning. I will wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. First thing I'll do is reach over, turn my alarm off, and open up my phone to Discord. Because I like to go through and read everything that's happened in the Thunderdome the night after the race. I try to catch up on everything. So, and then whenever I get to work, that's whenever I start picking out the little fights and, the haha reacts and everything start going out. So I love that. It's a lot of fun on Thursday to sit and read the Thunderdome.
Well, Chris, we are under 50 laps to go here. It's going to be one of those things now. I think these drivers are going to have to realize they need to settle back in, and they need to get racing here. Because this is definitely a track you don't want to end without getting a good race in here towards the finish. You're going to feel like you cheat yourself out, so I think we're going to see these drivers settle it back down here some. We're going to get some good racing here these next couple laps. What? Their Discord.
As we're going to see William Brown.
It. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, we're going to see William Brown, Ken Baum come back here to the start. Josh, how do you think this is going to go?
I don't know, man. I think it's going to be one of these things here. With these old tires, it's not going to be fun.
As we kind of watch. Go on board here with, As I say that, big run there for that 81, 3 wide into turn 3. Let's see who's going to relent first.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
There they go.
It looks like Susie going to lose a lot of positions in that little bit of a mishap there with that 13. But we're still green. Oh, man, if you're that 81
I knew that was
machine.
going to happen. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I saw it. William Brown tight. Or loose, I should say, my fault.
So right now, Kip Easley is trying to get around that 69 of Matthew Fitz. Doesn't look like Kip Easley took tires, though. It looks like he was only down pit lane for 8 seconds. So maybe just a fuel and go for that 8 machine. Looks like Matthew Fitz up into the wall, maybe. It's going to allow that 8 machine to drive around that 69. So it looks like the 14 in the wall. 69, though, still going to hang on to that 3rd spot. On the outside lane, it looks like Nick Cannon diving down to the inside, but it's going to say maybe making a move on that 8, but not.
Chris, look at the number 69 machine, Matthew Fitz. He's moving the outside lane right now, making up some big speed, too. Whew, 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 whew.
Did you see his hands on the wheel? He is sawing on it right now. As we're right on board, see if he goes up into the corner here into turn 1, excuse me. See how close he decides to go up there. Looks like a better corner there out of turn 2. See if we can see any looseness in that 69 machine. Oh, getting almost into the wall.
Yes, sir.
Oh, into the wall there, into the wall. Oh, he's in it.
No.
He's in it.
No. The right rear quarter panel kiss was nice. The rest wasn't. Oh, caution's out.
No markers on track.
I see bumpers flying down on the apron.
See if we can figure out what happened here. Oh, as we go to it. Looks like Susie involved in another one. With the 94 of Ryan Sword.
Whoa.
And the 95 of Dakota Kuhn. See, it's 3 wide there. Oh, it looks like the 94 of Ryan Sword might have got loose on that outside lane.
Look, I don't understand that. I usually don't get in this, but Ryan Sword's blaming Josh Susie for that one. Nah, I don't get it. I don't get that one. I don't know where. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, from what it looks like to me, as the 94 gets loose, 95 gets into him, and that's what sends them around.
Man, oh my
into the
goodness,
81.
dude. I gotta turn driver chat off. They're making me go crazy, man. I feel like I'm going crazy in this driver chat. These guys are not happy in the race car tonight, man. It's showing. I think Ryan Sword will watch that one back and realize that was just. I don't think that was really. Let's see. I mean, I don't know
See
what
the
Sushi
81?
does there. Unless he doesn't like the 3 wide, maybe. Doesn't feel like he's got appropriate amount of track. That's what got him up into the wall, maybe. It's the only thing I can think there, but.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think. Is that maybe the 94 didn't appreciate being taken 3 wide? That's the only thing I could think.
Lap 112 here of 150. the hour and 32-minute mark of this race.
Give an update. Did have a couple of drivers come down pit lane. Sorry, Josh. We did have Kip Easley come down pit lane. Matthew Fitz, Dylan Hastings, Michael Zuber all came down that last time. It looks like Kip Easley and Matthew Fitz both took tires, so Kip Easley going to fall back to that 21st position. He's going to have to fight his way back up, but he's going to be on fresher tires this time. So a lot of drivers up in front of him on a little older tires, so maybe a bit better of a drive for that 8. But, you know, with all these cautions going on right now, you don't really want to be in the back of the field.
As the pace lights are off, maybe we'll get some green flag racing here.
Yeah, as I'm seeing Charles Gurick in the YouTube chat saying, well, it was a good run up through the field. Sucks right front damage, takes you completely out. Oh, well, on to Martinville. Yep. Sorry to hear the troubles there, Charles.
Yeah, Charles not only in the one accident, involved in multiple. It just did not seem like a good night for the 76 camp. Unfortunate, but hey, we'll see you at Martinville, Charles. Hopefully you'll be running good, man.
As I'm also seeing Don DeGroot and Donnie Fizzle keeping the Kip Easley train going. Saying, keep it up, number 8. Let's go, Kipper. Good to have you in the YouTube chat. Sorry, I've not been able to watch the chat. I've just been focused on what's going on. It has been crazy up in here. Green flag's out. Ken Baum going to get off to a good jump. William Brown, not so good of a jump. But on that inside is his teammate. But the 11 of Caitlin Heights working her way back up through the field. Up here in that 4th spot. Got that 9 of William Brown on her outside. We'll see if she has anything to say now that this green flag has kind of cycled everybody. I mean, excuse me, the yellow flag's kind of cycled everybody back together. Looks like she's making a charge here for that lead. We'll see if she has anything to say. Or David Smill, Kevin Click also working their way back up through the field.
Somebody is on pit road just revving up right now. I can hear it.
Maybe
there's going to be a 2-wide battle here between Nick Cannon and Ken Baum Jr. As it's 2x2, 3 rows back, but they are going to file back out here. Ooh. Caitlin Height kind of stuck on this inside lane at the moment. We'll see what she's able to do with it.
We see Ken Baum getting into the wall a little bit. It's Tyler Rush set the fastest lap of the session there, 32.58. Good lap there from that 72. Goes to show you he does have the fast lap speed. Ken Baum making a move to the outside maybe. This is going to allow Caitlin Height to work her way up there possibly. See the 9 of William Brown taking that outside lane. Whoa! Big snap there from Lucas Nilges. I mean, excuse me, the 7 of Nick Cannon, man. He just snapped into the wall. And he is losing a lot of position. Yeah, he's losing
We might get a caution here.
Yeah, there's no way unless he can get it down onto the apron.
Right front's not even touching the ground.
Yeah, right front is locked up completely. Whoa, as you see it there, just he's not wanting to turn for him. William Brown losing a lot of positions too. Maybe having to check up after that little bit of an incident that he had happen in front of him. But Caitlin Height to the inside of that 2 of Ken Baum for the lead. I see William Brown still losing position.
Oh, they're banging back there. They're banging doors.
It looks like the 4 of Carson Pittman and the 12 of Jimmy Barr banging doors.
William Brown might have just got wrecked. Something's happening. I see him talking over the radio a lot. I do have it turned down right now.
I want to say that's Zarfos in the wall. So right now we're watching Ken Baum, Caitlin Height battle for the lead. And look at that, Kevin Click to the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Whoa! Woo.
Oh.
Definitely something you do not want to see in your side mirror. Is that 25 getting really close to that door, really close to that quarter.
Two's going to have a strong run back at 3 and 4. We'll see if Caitlin's going to keep this lead here.
Chad Engel just set the fastest lap of the session, 32.57. Fast lap there from that 35 camp. Skip Easley came out into 23rd position on that pit cycle. Has moved himself up into that 13th spot. Skip Easley still on the charge here, trying to get around all of these cars to make up that position that he's lost. Looks like Ken Baum, car starting to fall out from underneath him. I know if you're in that 2 car, you're going, let's have another caution, let's have another caution. Don't let me be in it. See the 2 of Ken Baum pushing the 27 to David Smill down the back straightaway. Looks like Ken Baum just going to go ahead and surrender that 4th place position to David Smill. Not going to fight him. Just basically trying to hold on to this car right now as I see a lot of smoke up in front of him. Maybe that 29 of Zarfo's into the wall a little bit. He did get in the wall. Right now, Caitlin Height is your leader, out about 3/10 in front of that 25 of Kevin Click, but behind them, Jeremy Zarfos, David Smill battling for that 3rd position. Ken Baum starting to lose a little bit of track position now, falling back to that 6th spot. You see him trying to hang on the door of that 14 of Steven Overstadt, but just not able to keep that momentum up like they are on those fresher tires. So right now, he is pretty much on halfway old tires. He pitted about lap 65. He's out there trying to hold on to it right now.
I think a lot of these drivers are trying to hold on to it right now with all this chaos we've had the past couple laps. It's been one of those, now we're going to have to see who's really going to be ready to come alive and who can keep this car running for the longest. As at lap 124, it'll be Caitlin Height, Kevin Click, and Jeremy Zarfos. The top 5 has done a complete flip, Chris, from about 10 laps ago. It's a completely different top 5. Oh, do we have a car wrecking down there?
I did
Ryan
see
Smith. Caution is out at lap number 125.
Man, if you're Ken Baum right now, this is exactly what you wanted. Oh, you see the 4 of Carson Pittman getting loose. And going into the corner, oh, he just thought he was clear of the 24. Whoa, William Brown almost getting taken out. It looks like nobody is going to be involved in that. William Brown definitely having a Brown factor.
Good one, Chris. Good one.
So right on board here with William Brown. See it from his point of view. See Carson Pittman getting loose there. And then the 24 just sending that 21 around, but whoa! Right up in front of him. A lot of drivers down pit lane, though. David Smill did elect to stay out, but David Smill, Tyler Rush, Kevin.
I hear you. Oh, my God, dude.